Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever. Thank you very much for joining me in this episode. Last episode, that's the wrong button. We went about starting to switch over our lines to our correct fashion. So we decided that in America we're going to have, in this case it's going to be down, down, up, up. And then in Canada we were going to have down, up, down, up. So we're going to be looking at that and we're going to be continuing on with that. As you can see, it took us a while to actually get this set up in the way we wanted it to be, at least just on this section here between Toronto and Chicago. And you can see that on the approach everything goes all over the place on the Chicago approach, but that's okay because it's from this point that we're going to be switching things over. Next up on today's list is to make sure that we can get this Fort Wayne section done, where you've got two tracks going off in that direction towards the first major line that we built, which was the Philadelphia. Oh no, that's not even the first major line we built. That goes this way. That's just another line. The line that goes around Lake Erie, I think. So that's something we have to consider. But first of all, we have to make sure that we are able to get this sorted. So we managed to get the, let's bring this to, yeah, that's visible only. We managed to get the Philadelphia Madison, which I'm going to pull up now, the 20th Century Limited, and I'll pull up the Can-Am just like we had last episode. We managed to get these two correct. We need to now make sure that the 20th Century is correct. However, the problem here is that the 20th Century goes from Chicago to Fort Wayne, then to Cleveland, Buffalo. So we might not want it to actually go to Fort Wayne. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're going to not have it stopping at Fort Wayne. Yeah, that's my thoughts on this. So for now this is where things are going to get interesting, because the Can-Am train currently stops at Fort Wayne. So I'm actually going to stop this train from going to Fort Wayne as well. So we're only going to have one train, which is a Philadelphia Madison train, stopping at Fort Wayne at the moment. We are going to have a second one soon, but for now it's just going to be the one. So I've decided that this is not going to happen anymore. There we go. The train's just going to pass straight through. And similarly, the 20th Century Limited is going to be doing the same thing. So the 20th Century Limited only goes to 3 stations: Chicago, Cleveland, and Buffalo. And the Can-Am goes to Chicago, Detroit, and Toronto. So that's going to be quite interesting. I might actually extend that all the way up to Ottawa. I might just do that. Haven't decided yet. Let me know in the comments box below, and if you do enjoy these videos, don't forget to like them. So what we need to do is we need to establish a way, autosave. We need to establish a way to get these two trains popped over onto that line. So the Philadelphia one, the Philadelphia Madison one is working itself out, and it's managed to work itself out. However, I don't think the other one is doing as well currently. Yeah, that's not doing as well. But let's sort ourselves out on getting the train back over onto the side it needs to be as well, which means that this requires, let's see, there's our signal. This is going to require one of these. There we go. Okay, now we've started to get somewhere. We've definitely started to get somewhere here. So now we've got the stopping service in the middle. And then it crosses over to wherever it needs to go to. This is good. This is good. We're definitely getting where we need to be. However, is there a way for us to potentially better this? What if I was to manage that? It wouldn't work. Obviously, I can't construct it yet because of how things are. But what if I was to manage to do that? I think that might work a little better for us. In fact, no, I've got it. what we're going to do is let's get rid of this signal for now. We're going to get rid of that. Wow, where does the 20th century go now? Okay, I'm just curious where this one's wound its way. Yeah, that's fine. So, I mean the Philadelphia Madison. It's going to wound its way all the way around. That's good engineering there. That even when some part of the track is broken, it still manages to find its way to where it needs to go. So let's get rid of this entire section. Look at that, the train will still run. That's incredible. We do have this that's just surprising, that's really surprising. That the trains will still run even with this all destroyed. Okay. We'll even do that. Now, oh no, it still runs, and it runs exactly how I want it to. But we're going to pull this back, I'd say to... Well, that's not what I meant to do. But that's okay. We'll bring this up like so. And then this needs to go right the way across. That's what I want to do. So we're going to work out how to bring this all the way across from, I'm going to say, here. What's the speed on that? That's fairly high speed as well. Nope. I pressed the button to move there, as opposed to what I was supposed to do. There we go. So that now goes all the way across onto the express route. This is good. This is very good for us. Alright. Admittedly, I'm curious to know how this has managed to work itself out. Goes all the way here, right the way around the lake, all the way here, and then does a double back. That's incredible. Look at that. It goes over here, and then it's worked it out. It's worked out everywhere it needs to go from that. That's brilliant. But anyway, we're not going to be doing that, even though there is going to be a route running similar along the middle. What we need to do is we need to bring a line in here. So we're going to go from here. Can we... There we go, there's one. Is that going to be okay? I think that should be okay. Like that. Okay, and then this one, if I was to do that. There we go. What's the speed limit there now? 36. That's okay. That's completely okay. I could have brought that closer, but there's buildings there, and I can't really swing them around the buildings as much as I want to. So that's going to be... Unfortunately, that's a problem. That's an oversight on my part. I should have done this way before. But that's okay. Right. So now we've got the 20th Century Limited and the Philadelphia Madison able to go across. However, I need to signal this just like we did before. So we're going to have a signal here, two aspect signal, that allows the faster trains to cross straight through should they wish to. So not here anymore. That signal can go. So as soon as trains ask for this, they can go whichever way they want. That will allow the 20th Century Limited to overtake the Philadelphia Madison anytime it needs to, which is great. That's absolutely great. So we've done that. Right. And then coming back, I suppose we are going to need a signal over here. Yeah, we're going to need that signal back in. And that's going to be if there is a train within. That's a fairly hefty block to stop a train. But I mean, I suppose, yeah, that's going to have to do. I was going to put another one here. We'll see. We might end up putting another one right here. Yeah, if we put it right there, then maybe, just maybe, this might be a little bit smoother. However, we have the tracks set up as we want them here. And if we follow along all the way, we know that's running absolutely fine. We are going to need to re-signal these now. So we've got a signal here. So we'll leave that signal in place. Let's get our 3 signals. What I am going to do... What is this signal? I don't know what these signals are. Let's put a 3-aspect signal here. Like so. Alright. And we've got a signal over here. So perhaps if we add another signal here, we should be okay. That then runs along absolutely fine over to here. Now here the signals are going to have to change. We're going to have to add another signal on this side and another signal on this side. Is that right? No, we've already got a signal there. How do we already have a signal there? Alright, so what I'm going to do is these signals are going to be completely replaced. Yeah, let's go ahead and replace these signals in their entirety. There we go. All of them. Okay, we know what that signal is, that's fine. So we'll add our signals like that, and then like that and like that. There we go, that's good. Alright, now this is where we need to start getting our adjustments back in. Where is this going to be pulling into? It wants to go over that side. Now, if I should be able to... It should be able to stay on this side. That's the theory. Yeah, it should be able to stay on this side without an issue. So I want it to stay on this side as long as it can. The problem is... See, my issue is this train over here. Alright, let's sort out these two first. There we go. Right, so you're going in along here. You're absolutely fine. And now suddenly the track style has changed. Right, okay. That's what it is. So over here, everything's gone a bit... Because it's the approach, everything's gone a bit wonky. So we've got up, down, up, down. But I would prefer you to stay on this side because of the platform you're going into. You're still going into the same platform because you're locked into that platform, which is good. So what I need you to do is I need you to stay on this side. So how do I do that? If I were to create an invisible waypoint or a dwarf signal waypoint, but look at this, road crossing signal. Fantastic. Invisible waypoint right here, and then tell you that out of Chicago I need you to go on that side. There we go. Okay, that's good. Ooh, hang on a minute. Could I put a signal here? I could put a signal here. In fact, I'm going to need a signal here. So let's get a signal up. 2 aspect. Let's go for a 2-aspect signal. What are these 5-aspect signals? Like so. Okay, that's going to help. That's going to help this one go through. Do we have a signal? We have 1 signal there. We're going to need another signal. I'm going to put the other signal over here in an effort to make sure that that can clear over. Okay, that's good. We're going to need to clear up. We're going to have to do some clearing on signals. But then I can possibly get rid of this waypoint, this one here, and just tell it to make sure you pass by this signal. There we go. Because that signal is going to remain. Although I suppose the waypoint would have remained longer because the waypoints don't. That's... Never mind. So that's done that. That's done that. Now, coming in here... I mean, I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Although, would it be better suited if you were on this side? No, I think that would be fine. Where is the other line meant to go? That one. Where are you meant to go? At the moment, you're not locked into anything. Now, if I were to swap... Hold on. If I were to swap the 20th century onto this side... Yep, onto this side and therefore into this platform. What else comes in on this platform? I need to know. Nothing. Ah, hang on. And then this one goes across to Madison from here, which is always a problem. I'd rather it go across from there, therefore clearing this section up and not having anybody waiting here, although nobody uses that track at the moment. So really, okay, let's try this. If I were to swap you out onto platform 3, how do you want to go? You'd go along here as usual, and then along there. Okay, go away. You're all confusing me. And then you'd cross over right there. Okay, that makes a bit of sense to me. In fact, that makes a lot of sense to me. But if I were to stop you doing that and have... No, well, that's all right, because you have 2 trains going over that side, 2 trains going over that side. But I want the... If I want these ones to go into platforms 5 and 6... Oh, sorry, not platform 5, platform 6. And then you come back on platform 5. There we go. Like so. I mean, you're still going to be causing the issue because you're not over, but... You know what? That might work. That actually might just work. I don't know why it's going on to single track here. We'll sort that out in a minute. So if it comes along here, goes around here, so you've got the 3 trains going in to their platforms, and then what else goes along here? Alright, what if... I mean, this is just a complete what if. If I were to bring... Where do you come in from? Yeah, okay, what if I were to bring the anti-clockwise loop and say, right, you can go in on terminal 3 now. Not 3, 4. There you go. So now you're on platform 4. So that would work, because that goes through platform 4, then joins up with the 20th century, follows along, does that weird turn there. This is the one I'm worried about. See this? This double, this is going 2 opposite directions. I need to sort that out. And comes along here and then goes exactly where you need to go. That's absolutely fine. That works brilliantly. In which case I could bring that signal back to here and have that control everything. Okay, so let's do that. So let's do that and then get rid of this signal, like so. Alright, and now here comes the tough part. See, that's going up there, and that is not... Wait, no, that should be going up. Why have I got 3 down now? Something's got confused. Oh, no, yeah, because we haven't switched over yet. Wow, this is just getting more and more complicated. That one's already swapped over to that side. What if I held it on this side up to this point and then... Well, I don't have a safe spot to cross it over, do I? I could cross it over here. Look, it's coming on this side. Yeah, because we could... So on the exit, it comes out of here, follows this along, and then joins up with the 20th century on this side. No, you know what? The 20th century probably was best served across. But no, there's got to be a way to neaten this up. And maybe it is swapping the... Well, no, because the blue line has to come along here. So it has to stay on this side. So the Chicago... So that one has to swap over. But that means all the trains are going to be filing into one line. That's no good. Unless I can keep the blue rail out here the whole time and then swap it in. I could do that. So if I kept the blue out there and then over... Alright, let's do that. Let's do that then. So let's get rid of this. That section there. That section there. That section there. And then bring the line out from here. So we're going to go from, let's say from here, out that way. Like that. Okay. Okay, so now we're on the right side. But that still makes 3 going this way, which I don't want. Okay, think. We'll need a signal here. There. And then perhaps we need to bring that over. Yeah, so we need to get rid of this signal here, which is obviously going to be our issue. So maybe putting the waypoint down was a good idea. So let's put that waypoint back in. So out of Chicago, let's have it followed by that waypoint there. Stations 1 and 3 are not connected. Alright, we'll sort you out in a minute. What about you? Are you okay with this waypoint? You're okay with this waypoint, right? Okay. And now we have the 2. We've got that right. So what's going on here? Let's get rid of this and find out. Let's track this along. So train comes out of here, following along here. It doesn't have a way to cross over. That's the issue. There's no way for it to cross over. It's always going to be stuck right there. Also, I've got these 2 platforms the wrong way around. So let me swap these platforms around. So it's Chicago to... what was it? Chicago 6 is going to be Chicago 5. Chicago 5. Chicago 5 is going to be Chicago 6. What? Is that right? No, that's wrong. That's wrong, that's wrong. Chicago 6. Chicago 5. No, I was right. Oh, I'm getting so confused. This crossover... that's British. That's British, that's wrong. It needs to be 5 on that. And it needs to be 6 on that. Yeah, that's right now. So why is it doing this weird crossover? And then it does the crossover again. Alright. So it does a crissy-cross twice. Now I need this to go over... Alright, this junction is not right. Wow, this is taking a while. This is definitely taking a while. But that's the whole point of Transport Fever. It's all about this in-depth detail that we've got to get done. Right, we're happy with this one. That one's okay. We're happy with... Well, we're not all too happy with the other one. So what we need to do... Alright. Think. It's coming out of that, and it's on the right track. Yeah, it's on the right track when it... No, it's not. It needs to be on the opposite track. So why is it not going to the opposite track? Maybe because this is not switched. There we go. That's now on the correct track. But then maybe this one needs to be switched and that will allow it to go. There we go. Done. I knew I set these up in a way that I could use them. Alright, so now that's on... Well, that's not exactly on the track I want it to be on, I think. Oh no, it is. It is on the track I want it to be on. That goes in there, that goes in there, that goes across there. It's fine. It's the Canada one I need to sort out, the Can-Am. Right, so the Can-Am, the issue with the Can-Am is that it can't get across. That's the problem it's having. At this point in time, it can't get across. So what if I were to do this? So, comes out of the station, fine, and then goes. That would have crashed it. That was close to crashing. There. That's actually a fast, high-speed track, but we're going to high speed. We're going to start high-speeding these things soon anyway, so I'm going to leave that. Yep, that's fine. And now, let's have it go through that waypoint. Alright. Alright. Get rid of that. Let's have a look. Yeah, that kind of works. I could, in theory, bring it out here. But that would... That sort of works. That definitely works, actually. So just to watch these approaches one track at... Or let's bring up all the tracks, why not? Right. You're coming into that, like so, and then you're going to go straight through, over, and in there. That's okay. Alright, so you're doing that. I'm okay with that. And the other one's on the Can-Am side, where I've made sure that these two are on opposing platforms. That's fine. So the turnaround is on opposing platforms. I'm happy with that. What I could do... That goes in like that. No, that's okay. This, I'm not too happy with the way the switching is on this. I mean, I think it's a little bit ineffective. It's not as efficient as I want it to be. Those swaps are fine. We've got a signal there maintaining that. We need a signal. We need signals here. Where's the nearest signals for this? Right, they're there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add signals here. Like so. For... Ooh, that's going... Let's add it right there. To allow any trains that need to cross to go across, just in case. So if they've started going across, I don't want the train stopping way back here. That's okay. Although that means that I am going to need a potential signal here. I think I'm going to need a signal right here as well. Yep. Okay, that's good. And oh, that wasn't what I meant to do. And then everything follows along really nicely from here. And then everything's working pretty nicely through this. Okay, great. So at least up to Toronto, all the way to Chicago, we've managed to get done. So that route there is now in the correct format. That's awesome. So what we need to do is we need to start getting the other routes in the correct format. Now this section here is already in the correct format. Except here. This is where it's going to need... So we're going to need to make adjustments here. Potentially. Depending on how this... Actually, no. We might not make adjustments here. We might. We might not. I'm thinking... No, you know what? I don't think we should. Because over here, we've got the split only for the station. And then everything goes back to 2-track. So that's okay. This can stay as it is. And then the rest of it is okay. So this section is all okay. This section is all completely okay as well. So the real trouble is now going to be that section here. From Philadelphia out that way. Getting these swapped over towards Chicago. That's going to be the other mission. but that can wait for another episode. What I'm going to do is I am going to, in the next episode, hopefully I've read the comments from your previous episode about getting this stage done, this phase here. So we'll be working a little bit on that, and maybe the freight over here. And I haven't forgotten about Thunder Bay. Obviously, I know that I have the tracks to do out of there, but that's why I'm swapping everything over now, because I don't want to connect up any new track without having anything swapped over, which is also why when I do this section, as you can see, it's going up towards Cleveland. That's already ready. That's already ready. So whenever I go across here, it's all going to be, everything it's going to attach to is ready for us. So this entire section is done. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transport Fever. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. I need to get a really nice picture here. I want to get a really nice picture. Let's have a look. Does that look fairly good? I think that looks fairly good. Something like that, maybe. I don't know. Leave a comment in the comments box below anyway, like I said, and do support me on Patreon. Link to that is in the description box below. I would massively appreciate your support. That's a picture. I would massively appreciate your support. It's going to help me out a huge amount, you know, just doing a whole bunch of stuff. And yeah, I think we've still got some episodes to go in this before moving on to Season 3, which I may have already talked about on the 2000 subscriber special. I may not have, but be sure to check that video out if you have not done so. Thank you very much for watching once again, and I will see you guys in the next episode of Transport Fever, The Great Lakes.